The Fed expected to end tightening after two smaller rate hikes, and U.S. stocks lose 2023 gains overnight. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Faraj. The Fed will end its tightening cycle after a 25 basis point hike at each of its next two policy meetings, and then likely hold interest rates steady for at least the rest of the year. That's the forecast of economists polled by Reuters. It would take the rate to the 4.5 to 4.75% range. Fed officials broadly agree the U.S. central bank should slow the pace of tightening to assess the impact of the rate hikes. The Fed raised rates by 425 basis points last year. U.S. stocks slipped for a third consecutive session overnight, with the Dow wiping out all of its 2023 gains following a strong start to January. The Dow fell 300 points or 0.9%, while the S&P dropped 1% and the Nasdaq 1.3%. It comes as investors digest the latest economic data, laying forward an uncertain path for the economy as it flirts with a recession. Oil prices are set to post a second straight week of gains today, spurred largely by brightening economic prospects for China, which should boost its fuel demand. Chinese November oil demand climbed to the highest level since February. This week, OPEC said Chinese oil demand would rebound this year and drive global growth. Oil prices were also supported by hopes that the U.S. central bank will soon end its tightening cycle, with signs of cooling inflation. Airbus has made design changes to its A350 passenger jets amid its $2 billion dispute with Qatar Airways over surface damage. The two companies have been fighting in court for months over the safety impact of flaking paint that exposed corrosion or gaps in a sublayer of metallic lightning protection. Airbus is studying a new type of copper foil that will ease cracking. Qatar told a London court that Airbus had started implementing the change, and it called for more information. The lending unit of crypto firm Genesis has filed for U.S. bankruptcy protection from creditors. Genesis Global Capital, one of the largest crypto lenders, froze customer redemptions on November 16th after FTX stunned the financial world with its bankruptcy. Genesis is owned by VC firm Digital Currency Group. Genesis's lending unit said it had both assets and liabilities in the range of $1 billion to $10 billion in its filings with the U.S. bankruptcy court. The co-founder of Netflix, Reed Hastings, is stepping down as CEO and handing control to his longtime partner, Ted Sarandos, and to COO Greg Peters. The two will share the title of chief executive, with Hastings serving as executive chairman. Netflix added 7.66 million subscribers in Q4, boosted by Harry and Meghan and Wednesday. Netflix shares, which were down nearly 38% in the past year, jumped over 6% in after-hours trading on news of the management reshuffle. JPMorgan and Standard Chartered have won Chinese regulatory approval to grow operations in China as it encourages expansion by foreign companies. China is speeding up the process of granting permission to foreign firms to boost the confidence of overseas investors. It's part of efforts to revive its economy battered by the COVID measures, which were scrapped last month. For JPMorgan, its asset management arm will be allowed to take full ownership of China International Fund Management, in which it holds a 49% stake. And Ronaldo and Messi dazzled a crowd in Saudi Arabia last night in what might be the final match between the two legends. Ronaldo scored twice in his highly anticipated debut as he captained an all-star team featuring players from his club Al Nassr and fellow Riyadh team Al Hilal. Messi, meanwhile, lined up for Paris Saint-Germain in the friendly match at a packed King Fahd International Stadium. PSG won the back-and-forth match 5-4. I'm Ramia Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.